Maybe to start with, I would love to welcome you to this engagement. Next week, we are going to have a seminar, but we have chosen a topic in primary 5, and the topic is about immunization. So if you can also try and find ways of accessing some of that work so that you can be able to participate on that day, because the unit is for primary 5, but I really want you to be part of that seminar. So that's it, because it is going to be from for upper primary, and upper primary starts from primary 4 up to primary 7, but the unit we have chosen is for primary 5. So I need you to get set and try to find ways of accessing that work so that you can participate actively. So that's it. Back to our work. I don't know what you wish to present today. Maybe you let me know. What is that you want to present today?
I'd like to present human health.
Human health, okay. That's okay. Let me also open human health so that we shall be moving systematically, that we shall be together. Human health is here. Okay, you can go on.
Yeah, so human health.
Yes.
Human health. Communicable intestinal disease, worm infection, partial disease.
Mm-hmm.
Partial diseases, diarrheal diseases, symptom, dehydration, rehydration, procedure, precaution, deworming,
Precaution.
precaution,
That is precaution.
deworming, communicable, intestinal diseases, and worm infection.
Good.
Diarrhea or facial diseases. Communicable disease. Name of disease, mode of spread. Cholera, typhoid, hepatitis in brackets.
So you would be giving a mode of disease and then mode of spread. Like cholera, how is it spread?
Cholera,
Through food and
water. Typhoid, food and water. Hepatitis in brackets, jaundice, food and water. Influenza in brackets, flu, air. Tuberculosis in brackets, TB, spread by air. Malaria, mosquito. Tetanus, bite wound exposed to dust and rusted items. Human health, communicable diseases. Diarrhea. Diarrhea is the frequent passing out of watery stool. It is also the passing out of watery stools many times a day. It is caused by bacteria and virus. Where's how diarrhea is spread? It is spread by houseflies, through drinking contaminated water, through eating contaminated food, cockroaches carrying germs onto the food through eating unwashed foods by use of contaminated utensils. Signs of diarrhea: watery stools, symptoms of diarrhea: abdominal pain while releasing the stools, body weakness. Effects of dangers of diarrhea: it causes dehydration, it can lead to immersion. Control of diarrhea: boiling water before drinking it, killing houseflies by spraying, washing hands before handling food, proper disposal of human feces, washing utensils before using them. Dysentery: the frequent passing out of watery stool with blood stains. Amoebic dysentery is caused by amobia. Bacillary dysentery is caused by the bacteria.
Amoebic, listen a little bit. So this one is amoebic dysentery. It's caused by amoeba. You can say amoeba or amoeba, but usually we just say amoeba. So amoebic dysentery is caused by amoeba, and then bacillary dysentery is caused by bacteria. So the word bacillary comes from the word bacteria, which is the germ that causes that specific type. So here what we are talking about is dysentery is categorized into two. We have amoebic dysentery and then bacillary dysentery. So they can ask you to mention the types of dysentery or the categories of dysentery or examples of dysentery. So you must be able to specify and say that we have amoebic dysentery and also bacillary dysentery. So in case they ask you to give the cause, or rather the germ that causes that amoebic dysentery, simply say amoeba or amoeba. Then if they talk about bacillary dysentery, be sure and say bacteria, as simple as that. So the rest of the things are really moving on well. You can continue.
How dysentery is spread: drinking contaminated water, eating contaminated food, houseflies carry germs onto the food and hands, use of contaminated utensils, handling food with unwashed hands. Control of dysentery: boiling water for drinking, washing fruits before eating them, spraying insecticides to kill houseflies, washing hands before eating or serving food, wash hands after visiting the toilet, properly disposing human feces. Dangers of dysentery: it leads to dehydration which may result into death. It leads to anemia. It leads to liver abscess. Cholera.
Good.
Cholera is caused by bacteria. It is spread by houseflies. It is also spread by drinking contaminated water, eating contaminated food. Signs of cholera: severe vomiting, severe diarrhea. Symptoms of cholera: pain around the abdomen, body weakness. Control of cholera: boil water before drinking it. Kill houseflies by spraying with insecticides. Wash hands before eating, serving or handling food. Wash hands after visiting the latrine or toilet. Cover cooked food to prevent houseflies from sitting on it. Properly dispose human feces. Typhoid: it is caused by bacteria called Salmonella typhi. It can be spread by houseflies and cockroaches. Typhoid can be spread by drinking contaminated water and eating dirty food. Signs of typhoid: diarrhea. Symptoms of typhoid: headache, fever. Prevention of typhoid: boiling of water for drinking, spraying with insecticides to kill houseflies, washing hands before eating food, washing hands after visiting the latrine, proper disposing of rubbish and feces. Effects of typhoid: kidney failure, internal bleeding, extreme fatigue,
Fatigue.
extreme fatigue, abdominal pain, inflammation and formation of the intestines. The 4 Fs. This is the cycle in spread of germs. The first one is feces, second one flies, third fingers, fourth food. Explanation: house flies carry germs from feces onto our food, making it contaminated. Germs can remain under our fingernails and we end up eating them. Dehydration: it is a condition when a person does not have enough water in the body. Causes of dehydration: severe vomiting, severe diarrhea, oversweating, severe burns, severe scalds. Signs of dehydration: sunken eyes, passing out or no urine, dry lips or mouth, a pinch on the skin goes back slowly, sunken soft spots on a baby's head. Symptoms of dehydration: general body weakness, a person feels thirsty all the time. Effects of dehydration: it leads to loss of weight, it leads to death. The 3 Ds in full: diarrhea, dehydration, death. Explanation: diarrhea leads to dehydration, and when it is not treated, it leads to death. Rehydration: this is the replacing of lost water and mineral salts in the body. Ways of rehydration: drinking a lot of fluids, e.g., passion fruit, juice, water, and other juice. Drinking ORS. ORS. This is a solution given to a person with diarrhea, dysentery, or a person who is vomiting.
So what is ORS?
ORS in full is oral rehydration solution, in brackets salt. SS in full is sugar salt solution.
That is supposed to be triple S, SSS, which will give you sugar salt solution. But here we are seeing only 2S, which is not right. It's supposed to be 3S, so that it can give us a sugar salt solution. Continue.
NB. ORS is factory made, while SSS is home or locally made. Importance of ORS or SSS: to replace the lost water and minerals in the body, to provide energy to the body. It prevents a person from being dehydrated. Requirements for making ORS: sugar, salt, drinking water, clean container. Procedure: wash your hands with clean water and soap. Measure 1 liter of drinking water into a clean container. Measure 1 level teaspoonful of salt and 8 of sugar into the clean container. Stir until the salt and sugar dissolve. NB. The solution should not be too salty or too sugary. Dosage of ORS. Babies, a quarter of a cup after every stool. Grown-up children and adults, half a cup after every stool. Precaution. The solution should be preserved within 24 hours, after which it goes bad. It should be kept covered.
Should be kept covered. Thank you so much, Nash, for that wonderful presentation. I like it so much. I've been enjoying listening because everything was very, very okay. I want us to talk about something about the 4Fs. Here, the arrangement is not well because even when you follow the explanation, it will give you the right picture. Houseflies carry germs from feces onto our food. So houseflies, it means that the houseflies, the first one should have been houseflies. Houseflies go into the feces, and then from feces they go into the feces. The houseflies go into the feces, then from the feces they come to the food, they land on the food, and then later, after they have contaminated the food, our fingers just carry that food into the mouth, which food was already contaminated by the houseflies. So you realize that our food is supposed to be the third F. That question is always very common. They can ask you to mention the third F. The third F is for the last one is fingers, because it is the fingers that deliver that contaminated food or the germs into the mouth. So the fingers are number 4. The food is number 3. So that is what I wanted to say about that. Then you also need to be very keen with dehydration. It's a very, very common question. Dehydration is not a disease, but a condition in which the body lacks enough water in it as a result of excess diarrhea, excess vomiting, severe burns and scalds, and severe sweating. Those are the causes of dehydration, as simple as that. So you also need to know the materials that we use for making ORS and the reason why we give a person who is dehydrated ORS, and so on and so on. It's good that you have been very clear with that, so I don't need to really keep repeating. And then for the case of this one, typhoid, the cause of typhoid is Salmonella typhi. If you want to call it in pro form, you can say Salmonella typhi. With the I instead of US, you can put the II. Salmonella typhi, meaning there are many germs. It is a bacterium called Salmonella typhi. If it is one, you can say Salmonella typhus. Like these ones I've called it one, Salmonella typhus. So they like asking it so much about this. And they can also ask you saying that mention any immunizable disease that is caused by and then they can go on and ask the causes of this Salmonella. The cause, when they talk about the cause of typhoid, don't just say bacteria. Bacteria is the main germ, but which category of bacteria? Then there you can say Salmonella typhi. as simple as that. And then for the case of cholera, cholera is caused by vibro cholera. I have tried to type the right spelling in the chat, so you can check from there. It is vibro cholera. So that is the right spelling of the word of the germ that causes cholera. Because in P7 we shall not tolerate those answers of saying that cholera is caused by bacteria. Which bacteria specifically? It is vibro cholera. As simple as that. That is the name of the bacteria that causes cholera. As simple as that. And then which other thing? I think the rest of the things were very, very clear. Very, very clear. Is the frequent passing out of watery stool. It is the frequent I was talking about dysentery. We said that with dysentery, that is the passing out of watery stool mixed with blood. Or if you don't want to say like that, you'll say dysentery is the passing out of watery stool mixed with blood. As simple as that. So I really don't have much to add in there. You have been very clear. The only thing that I can tell you is to continue revising that work and understand everything that you have just talked about. So that's it for now. Unless you have a question, then I can take it. Yes, Nash, do you have any question?
No, teacher.
Okay. So if there is no question, then I will leave you to rest and plan for the next engagement. I don't know what you will present next time, but I know you will choose what you want to present. And then for the case of the seminar, I would really wish you to attend. If you can access that work about immunization, it would help you so that you can be able to answer questions about that.
Excuse me, teacher.
Yes, please.
I can't access the work, but my dad sent me the work of P5 on email.
Hey, you were sent the work for P5 on email?
Yes.
But are you able to access that work on the email?
Yes, I can access it. I just have to download it.
You try to download it. If you get, then you open immunization, isn't it?
Yes.
You go through immunization. Then you also note some questions that are disturbed, that are very difficult. You note them, then you can ask on that day, isn't it?
Yes.
You'll ask, then we shall answer them, isn't it?
Yes.
So that's it for now. Then you were saying. You're saying you're not able to access work in the site, right?
I can now access it. I
Okay.
tried.
Okay.
I was
That's
asking, when is the engagement for P5?
for the seminar.
Yes.
Oh, the seminar is going to be there on 3rd Friday. I think it is a Friday, 3rd of September. So it means that you have to prepare. It is not just only P5 class that is going to attend. Even P6, even P7 will attend.
Okay.
So all of you are going to attend, but then you can ask some questions, and then you can also be able to answer. You should be able to answer some questions which you can be asked, isn't it?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so that's it for now. So I would like to